There are two ways in which we might take this story. First, we can take it as a genuine story with a temporal progression, which goes like this. First, I'm just aware of myself as myself. Next, I desire and consume things. Finally, I encounter someone else, fight him, and so on. This is perhaps rather a strange story. Can anyone really be self-aware if he's not aware of others? Doesn't the use of the word I go together with the use of words like you, he, she, and it? In a way, Hegel obviously thinks it does. He knows that there's something unsatisfactory about regarding oneself as I if you don't recognize others, address them as you, and understand them when they say I, and so on. That's one reason why the story moves on from mere self-awareness to recognition of others. But if you don't like the idea that there ever was a time when people were self-aware but didn't recognize others, then you can take the story in a different way. On this view, it's not a proper story that progresses in time. It's a dramatic way of presenting logical relations, not temporal relations. Relations between self-awareness, desire, and recognition of others. Then Hegel is arguing as follows. I'm undoubtedly aware of myself as I, as myself, but that wouldn't be possible if I didn't desire and consume things. But that isn't enough. It wouldn't be possible either if I didn't recognize and weren't recognized by others. These two features, desire and reciprocal recognition, are logical presuppositions of self-consciousness, not temporal consequences of it. So, we have these two interpretations of Hegel's story, a temporal version and a logical version. Which one is right? I'll argue that they're both right. They're both right because Hegel is addressing at least two different problems in this passage. The first is roughly what we now call the problem of other minds. How do I know that there are any other people apart from myself? The second is the problem of the origin of society. How did we get from a state of nature to a state of society? The problem of other minds isn't very obviously a historical problem. It's a problem about how we know there are other people whenever we do know it, whether now or in the remote past. We tend to think that human beings have always believed that there are other human beings and always associated with them as human beings in some way or other. The problem of the origin of society is by contrast a sort of historical problem. It's not about how people always were or how they are now, but about some event or train of events in the remote past. But somehow or other, Hegel wants to deal with the two problems together.